Good morning. I hope everybody can hear. I'm hoping everything's good. Good morning to everybody here on a nice, wonderful Wednesday. It is 8:03, broadcasting live from the America First Media Campus. We're at exit. Oh my gosh, I have not slept. Episode 56 of We Will Not Comply. We're having a nice morning here. Kathy Hochul has extended the mask mandate in schools again because she clearly has no heart. She's an evil being and an evil woman and a wicked witch, and we're dealing with her, so that's a terrible thing. But we're here. We're actually in the middle of a move right now. We're transforming the space a little bit, so it's going to look a little different. We're going to have this background up for today, but again, most likely the next time you see us streaming, we're going to be in a bit of a different room. So if you notice a different background or a different type of show today, we're kind of in the middle of being between two places. But Kathy Hochul is extending the mask mandate for schools again, despite the fact that other blue states are dropping them, despite the fact that counties aren't enforcing it, and the state has clearly expressed to everybody that they have had enough. She's still doing it. Hi, Kevin.
Good morning, my neighbors. Yeah, we're in the middle of a move right now. There won't be a show Friday. We're going to be uploading something instead. You guys can check that out. Friday morning at 8 o'clock, we're going to upload that because Sean's going on vacation.
I'll be out in Florida again,
and we'll be moving things around a little bit.
Things are going to get moved around.
Got some big news.
Moving and grooving.
If you haven't gotten your CPAC tickets yet, make sure you go pick those up before they sell out, because CPAC, as we just learned yesterday, is going to be rocking and rolling.
Oh, gosh.
Big things are going to be happening for us, and you guys are going to want to help be a part of all of that. You're not going to want to miss that. I don't have anything to point to today. Wow.
Yeah.
So make sure you head on over to loudmajorityus.com. Sign up for the newsletter. Check out the shop. We got a whole bunch of new stuff coming out right now. If you're on Facebook, if you're new to Facebook, because we got a lot of new followers in the last couple of days, make sure you hit that follow button. Even if you think you're following, you're probably not, and I can see some people in the chat still aren't. If you're on YouTube, smash that like button, hit subscribe, share this out to all of your friends, as always.
There you go. And make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright and locked position. So, hold on, if you see that, there's the website.
There you go. Check that out.
And hold on, let me bring this down. There you go. So, just in case we wanted to go in with the black background today, the website is now right behind us. So, Kevin can continue to be Vanna White. There it is. Right behind us. There you go. Not bad. So there we are. We have two backgrounds now if you want. We got to go with the... Do you guys want the background of color or do you want the white background? I'll flash that up every time Kevin wants to do Vanna White. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm even going to flash that up. We're going to be really classy now. And we're going to make it like... We're going to make it transition into this really nicely. This should fade back and forth now nicely. Look, whoosh. You see the whoosh right there?
Well, I will say.
Your boy's figuring things out. I'm figuring things out. What? What will you say?
I was going to talk about the school district of Connecticut.
Oh, well, you were there last night.
The school district of Connecticut. Hello, Amanda Serrato, the wife of the soon-to-be school board member in Kings Park. Doug Serrato, he's definitely going to win.
Because he's handsome.
Because he's handsome. And I don't know who ties his ties, but they're always perfect.
Whoosh.
Perfect ties. Look at that. Yeah, Connecticut yesterday, though. Wow. Wow, if you have kids to go to Connecticut, your school board president sucks. And she looks like an ostrich.
Lee Kennedy.
Looks like an ostrich.
Ostrich.
Oh, she threw a temper tantrum.
Emu. There she is, Jackie DiLorenzo. All I know is...
She threw a temper tantrum in the middle of the school board meeting and then stormed out. And just a word, guys, okay? When you storm out of a room, don't come back in. All your power is gone. If you're going to storm out of a room, stomp your feet like a 60-year-old, whiny little...
Washwoman.
Don't come back in the room. You got to wait till the end to come back in. You can't come back in the middle.
She's new at this.
She's new at this. She's been on the school board since Ford.
She's new at dealing with us, though. You know what I mean?
Oh, you should have seen the look that woman gave me
when she walked past.
Oh,
she's not nice.
She looks like an ostrich.
Yeah, she looks. And so I don't know
what that haircut is. It's like what. It's like halfway through the haircut, the person at the salon just said, "To hell with it."
The hell with it. I was sitting there waiting for that. I kept getting updates. Yo, Connect Quat's wild. Connect Quat's doing this. All of a sudden, Kevin texts me and goes, "This Jackie DiLorenzo, what? She is fired up today." And I said, "Yeah, she's always in the chat. She's one of the big. She's one of the moms who are out front in Connect Quat, fighting hard." He comes in, and goes, "This Jackie is crazy. Wow." In a good way, Jackie. He loved everything. He said you guys had a good time last night at that school board meeting.
It was certainly fun. It's a lot of these school board meetings get very dull.
Yeah.
Until your resident geriatric school board president stormed. Well, she didn't really storm out. She slowly walked out because I don't think she stormed anywhere since White Snake was popular.
Oh, White Snake. Well, here I go again on my own. So we have a bunch of, someone's asking questions. A lot of questions are asking about the ruling. So, yes, there was a statement filed yesterday. The state did file its response. I do believe that they had filed a 168-page response.
Somebody noticed we switched seats.
Yes, we did. Let's see, 193-page appeal that the state filed against the lawsuit brought by CJL Law, the appeal that is being heard by the New York State Court of Appeals, which is a huge deal. And our side of the argument, Amir Benno and Chad LaValia and everybody involved in that case, their appeal is 493 pages. So the state filed a response. It's a quarter, essentially, of the size of ours. We think we've got it. And I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say when we're going to get a ruling. We could have had one yesterday. We may have one today. We may get one tomorrow. We certainly hope that the urgency at which they placed the stay, we certainly hope that we at least get an answer one way or the other on the appeals process soon. So let's find out. And again, the ruling in this case has there's two things going on here. There's the mask mandate, and then there's the court ruling. And they're linked, obviously, but they're separate. Because the mask mandate has its own little dates that they expire and they don't expire and all that stuff. And then there's this ruling on whether or not the process by which these mandates were enacted is constitutional. And I have to say it over and over and over and over and over again. This case is so important, not just over masks or vaccines or anything, but over future emergencies. This is going to dictate how our governor, whether it's Lee Zeldin or it's, God forbid, again, Cuomo and address Kathy Hochul, right? This is going to determine how they're able to rule and how they're able to govern in an emergency. Are they going to be allowed to arbitrarily create things, regulations, rules, mandates, without consulting the legislature? Or are we now going to have precedent that says, no, you're not allowed to do that? We want the precedent to be, no, you're not allowed to do that. And basically limit the power of the executive branch in the state. And without this ruling or an answer on this ruling, we're not really going to have that. So There are two things going on. There's the mandate that's being extended arbitrarily. Who the hell knows why or where she's getting these numbers. And then you have the court process, which is the process, the ruling on the constitutionality and the way by which this was put into place. And it's so important to not get lost in the science here. This ruling in the courts has nothing to do with the efficacy of masks, has nothing to do with your personal opinion on masks, has nothing to do with if you wear a mask, you're a sheep, and if you don't wear a mask, you're a rebel and a renegade. It has nothing to do with any of that. It has everything to do with the process.
With the process by which it happened. And that's what's most important because, as we've seen, as Sean eloquently predicted, soon they're going to make guns a public health emergency. So if the governor is allowed to make this sort of ruling on the basis of a public health emergency.
This is water, by the way. I know it's a red cup. I just want to say I'm not bad, okay?
He's starting off this morning. He's sucking down Grandpa's old cough medicine.
Boom! We're just slamming him.
If the governor can do this with emergency powers based on public health, then what is to say she's going to say, we have to ban AR-15s because gun violence is a public health emergency. Then we got everything that's a public. We've heard racism is a public health emergency, which it isn't.
I mean, come on.
I mean, what the hell? What the hell are we doing?
What is
here?
that?
What the hell are we doing here?
You know what's a public health emergency? Maybe free crack pipes.
That
might be a public health emergency.
Free crack pipes.
Right?
Open air drug dens in New York City.
That might be a public health emergency.
Oh. And speaking,
goodness. Here we go. He's going into this.
New York City.
Uh-oh.
Eric Adams.
Uh-oh.
Take your vegan crap back over to Jersey.
He's a vegan?
Oh, he's going to make the kids, I believe it's on Monday and Fridays in schools, have a plant-based meal.
Oh, no.
A plant-based. Now, when he says plant-based.
The city that never sleeps is now going to be the city of soy boys.
Now, when he's, I'm curious when he says plant-based.
Right.
Does that mean he's going to be offering up salads? Because, okay.
Salad's okay.
I could do that.
Salad's okay.
However, if you're going to be giving people those Beyond Burgers filled with arsenic and lack of taste.
No.
You know what? That wasn't in the goddamn campaign.
I don't believe so.
That wasn't in the campaign.
That's not what we voted for.
That's not what I voted for.
We didn't vote for Eric Adams. I didn't vote for
city,
Kirsty Wheel, but hey,
the city of soy, or as I call it, Williamsburg.
The liberal yuppie epicenter of the world.
Well, yeah, the home of everyone who works at the Huffington Post.
Oh, man. What are those? The hipsters.
Hipsters.
Hipster capital of the world.
Seriously.
Well, we're back in Williamsburg, Peter. Look at the hipster crossing the road.
There's a video of Steven Crowder where he puts up a picture. He puts up a picture, and the segment is hipster or homeless. And you need to figure out whether or not the person in the picture
is a hipster
or a homeless person.
Or a homeless person.
And they don't do a good job picking it out.
Wow. So that's interesting. Hipster or homeless.
It's very interesting.
You play that game in Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
But if you want to go to a fun place.
Yes, fun place.
Fun place in the 5 boroughs. That'll be tomorrow night.
Yes.
Tomorrow night.
Whitestone?
7:30. Whitestone Republican Club. We'll be putting up the information right after the show. I believe it's 1020 Clintonville Ave, right?
1020 Clintonville Avenue.
1020 Clinton. Is it 1020 or 2010?
1020.
1020 Clintonville Avenue. You're going to have us. You're going to have Stefano Forte. You're going to have George Santos.
I dance like Trump.
You're going to have Rob, the Captain Cornicelli.
Yeah.
And, of course, you'll have the next governor of New York.
Lee Zeldin.
Yeah,
that's right.
Lee Zeldin's coming down. Let's rock this place out. Woo! And honestly, you know what? Woo! The best part about going is Vicky Palladino.
Yes, the firecracker known as Vicky Palladino.
The one politician who, when she asked us to work with her, we were genuinely afraid to say no.
Yeah, because if we said no, we would have been dead.
Because Vicky is, I'm just kidding. Vicky's one of my favorite people.
Vicky's great.
Vicky's one of my favorite people ever. She's one politician that is certainly take no crap.
And she's living up to her. She's doing promises made, promises kept.
Take no crap, or have crap thrown back at you.
Yes. Oh, somebody wants to know how your car is.
Oh, it's running again.
Yes, it is. It's running and everything's good.
It's not on the side of the road anymore.
Yes.
Twice.
So, I can't switch the camera off of you now twice.
I didn't even do it. But, so. Back to the idiots that like it's about fame, it's about T-shirts. Man, you know who I'm talking about? The jackass who does nothing.
Let's talk about Friday.
the former Bing Bonger.
Bing Bong. Yeah. So we have Friday at the Dennison Building, 11 a.m. There's a statewide walkout, sit-out organized. I'm not sure who put it together, but I'm all for it. If we want to send a statement, I think this is coming from multiple groups. There are multiple groups that are taking part in it. So
apparently, Stephanie's giving out free crackers.
If you get a cracker, you get a cracker, and you get a cracker. Well, that's great. Free crackers for all. Great. I thought that was a bad word.
No, we can't have crackers because apparently.
Oh, that's a carb.
Apparently, I've been put on a diet.
You put yourself on a diet, number one. And number two, it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle.
After that guy, what the hell was his name?
He called you a school bus.
No, no, that's Brian Lenz.
No, Brian Lenz didn't call you a school bus.
No, they posted a picture of me.
Barry thinks there's alcohol in the red cup.
There is alcohol.
There's none.
Barry, you should be here because he's drinking alone.
Barry, I was up late last night, and I was waiting for you to come by. What the heck happened?
Yeah, Barry, we're going to have to give you a new update on where we are.
Yeah, we're moving. The location is being potentially, it's going to be moved a little bit here.
Alec Baldwin's back to work, so keep your heads below the windows.
That's right. Yes, everybody make sure you got your bulletproof vests on if you're going to be out in there. So here you go. There's Kathy Hochul is lifting the mandate, and we kind of talked about it. So, again, let's go through dates real quick.
By the way, it's good to know that New York has really taken the lead by following important states, like Connecticut, a state that you can drive through and not know it.
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
Where everything
By
is
the way,
clams.
everyone, did you know that Rhode Island is populated solely by clams?
Over easy.
Clams.
Clams over easy.
2 senators and 600,000 clams.
See what Danielle wrote in there. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. It's what I say all the time. I'm trying to help people take control of their health. We can't depend on docs. Exactly right. Keto will help you. It'll help you. I mean,
I know, it's great. It's just like, the, you know what it is?
Lillian Topolov-Pesci, and I saw the...
It's the first week that sucks, because right now, quite frankly, I got to be honest.
Oh, John has a good question.
Right now, I'm starving to death.
Yes, well, I'm not. See, I'm good now. John Shivoni in there says, what day is it? Today is day 693 of 15 days to slow the spread.
I mean, I kind of
Don't worry, it's only 2 weeks.
Look, I kind of hope we get to 700.
700?
I feel like we've worked for it. Like,
We'll get, 700 we'll get there.
I mean, I'll be
mad if they cut it at 699.
Yeah, I feel like I've worked so hard for this 700.
So mad. You know what? I'd be like, no, it's still 700. Still got to wear the mask. It's 700.
You know what? I tell you what. If they cut it at 699, I'll wear a mask the whole next day.
Just to make it 700
Just to
days.
make it 700 for me.
We're going to be 700. 700's happening. You know it's happening. 700 club.
All right, well, you know what? Doug Serrato's been on keto for years and swears by it. So you know what?
Doug Serrato's been doing keto for years.
If Doug's doing it, I'm doing it.
And Doug's handsome.
Doug's handsome. And
Doug, the most handsome school board member to be.
The most handsome school board member ever.
In the history of school board members.
Yes.
And a very well-spoken man.
I really want to, I gotta, he needs to make a YouTube video on how he ties those ties so perfectly.
He does it very well.
As we man crush on someone from Kings Park.
Yes, he's worth man crushing over. And Amanda would agree. Yeah, or she goes, she does a man crush because she just crushes.
I think it's just a crush.
I think it's just a crush. You have a great husband.
There he is. Look at this. Yeah, there's Doug.
Doug, there he is.
Oh, it's a little more awkward when you're in the chat now.
Well, there you are.
Now,
What'd you know? It's handsome Doug. We love him. Handsome Doug Serrato. Fantastic. Oh man. So he's got to go get a refill. This is where I would normally cut the camera off of that so you wouldn't see that happening. Just a little editor's, real-time production thing. That's really cool. Where'd Kevin go? He went over to refill the coffee. Normally I switch the camera over. You don't see that type of thing, right? Isn't it interesting what goes on? So anyway, Kathy Hochul extends the mandate. We know that it's being extended in schools. She's not really giving us a date, and we're following in the footsteps of New Jersey instead of leading from the front. New York used to be the city that never sleeps, the city it's always got something going on, and basically, you look at that bingo. That's going to go right there. Bing bong. Don't pour that on my head. Oh, my God.
Oh, sorry about that.
Not bad. It's okay. Woo.
Silly show today.
Got a little, we got what's called the hot thumb right there. That was it. Bang, coffee thumb. So she extends the mandate. They have nothing, basically giving her the power to extend this mandate, nothing guiding her to where the mandate is supposed to be extended, and she's just going out and doing it. So she's extended the mandate. We don't know how long, but I'm going to just tell you, it's pretty sad and scary watching our governor operate like that. So, it's nice to have a good governor, though. And let me just take one moment before we talk about the best governor in the country, known as Ron DeSantis, the Savage, Ron DeSavage in Florida. Bruce Blakeman. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but this is pretty epic what he's been doing because everything he's been doing has been epic. Bruce Blakeman and these cheerleaders in Nassau County.
Yes. Oh,
this is unbelievable what's going on.
You did it.
He's just absolutely crushing the game right now.
Bruce, you found a way to make me care about cheerleaders as a football player. Never cared before.
And here you go. It's an article in the Westchester News 12. There's other articles, too, about it, I'm sure. I believe the Post, Fox News actually had one up there. But there was an issue with the cheerleaders. Apparently, there was a vaccination problem. Over 24 Long Island cheerleaders are rallying against a COVID-19 vaccine requirement for a state competition. The cheerleaders joined Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman, the best. I mean, listen, folks, we just elected this man. Everybody, Nassau County, you just put this man in office in the 2021 elections, and he's like absolutely changing the game.
Yo, he promised to stand up for your kids, and that's what he's doing.
He's doing that.
Not for nothing. He told the entire state, you know what? Why don't you just come down here?
Yeah, just come to Nassau County.
Yeah, no big deal. Don't worry, Buffalo's only 9 hours away. But first of all, why would they have it in Rochester and not somewhere low, like in the middle?
Yeah, especially like cheerleading too. It's most like an outdoor sport. Like it's cold in Buffalo. I know they're gonna
do it
practice
inside.
in gyms, but why not like do it in a place where maybe you can go outside or nice place instead of like
There's a nice place in New York right now.
1 degree. Yeah, this isn't so bad. I mean, it's what's 25, 30
Cheerleaders?
degrees. Listen, it's not that cold. I don't want to hear it. It's not that cold.
Ain't throwing me up in the air with all that wind.
No one throwing you up in the air, period. And you walked right into that one, and Twitter's going to have fun with it now, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell the unruly squirrel I said he can kiss my ass.
The cheerleaders joined Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman on Tuesday to demand that the venue holding the competition change its vaccination policy. The event is being held at Rochester Institute of Technology, which requires people to be vaccinated for on-campus events, and Blakeman is urging the school to let unvaccinated athletes compete. He also was just like, hey, you could just come to Nassau County and do it. Life is normal here. So it's pretty awesome. And, it just, again, the results of the local election matter. Elections have consequences, right? Here it is on Fox News. This is on foxnews.com. Paul Best, he's not some slouch reporter. Cheerleaders from multiple Long Island high schools gathered on Tuesday to voice their support for changing the site of next month's state championships due to a COVID-19 vaccination requirement at the current venue, the Rochester Institute of Technology. We just want to be able to be inclusive, right? Isn't that a word that we hear in schools? Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
I think it should be equitable.
I think it should be equitable, too, and everybody wins.
Everybody wins.
We've been working together for so long, and we just want to be able to finish the season strong. Alyssa KT, wow.
Wow, not even going to...
DiGianamasso,
Wow.
one of the cheerleaders, said at a press conference Tuesday.
God.
I can't say habitable, but I could say that.
I mean, not for nothing.
DiGianamasso. Hey, how about it?
I had to take her till second grade to spell that last name.
That is a long last name.
It took me till fourth grade to spell Smith.
So here we are. Quote, so when half of our team is vaccinated and half of them aren't, we just decided that instead of arguing with each other, we're going to respect each other's decisions. Wow! Oh, whoa! These kids are breaking dangerous ground there. You don't want to do
there,
that.
Bruce. Can't do that.
No,
No way. You don't want to do that.
Goodness gracious, these children, they're figuring it out. They're saying we can coexist? No.
And
You can't be vaccinated and coexist with an unvaccinated person.
And we can do it without a stupid bumper sticker.
And we can do it without yelling at one another and a plastic shield? Wow. Wow. Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman joined the cheerleaders Tuesday and offered to host the cheerleading state championships at the Mitchell Field Athletic Center in Uniondale, New York, without a vaccination mandate. He says, hey, just come do it here. You won't have any problems. If you're vaxxed, you're vaxxed. If you're not, you're not. You come enjoy yourself, you compete, and do your thing.
You know what? Not for nothing, but a lot of this was because of Long Island cheerleaders, but I'm sure there are cheerleaders from Utica and Cortland and, all over the state, up in the Finger Lakes, that are probably like, thank God, now I can do this. They couldn't go to a college to do it. First off, the Rochester Institute of Technology. What the hell is that? What sort of
tech school?
Yeah, but I mean,
That's where the cheerleaders are going to go?
No, but like, what
Why?
the hell? What are they discovering there?
I don't know. What are they discovering in Rochester? The power of sub-zero temperatures.
It is.
It freezes water. Did you know about that?
Yeah. Did you know when you throw water off your back deck, it freezes?
And it goes.
There you go.
Don't throw it. By the way, don't throw it upwind because
comes back.
Some people were doing that. When like the polar vortex came for like the first time last year, and everyone learned what that word was.
Yeah.
Sort of, polar vortex. I'm like, this happens every year.
No,
right? It's
first
cold
off,
winter.
What's the other one?
What do you mean?
Bomb cyclone.
Bomb cyclone.
You weather geeks.
No.
I'm making this crap.
Let me
up
tell you
as going
something.
along.
I'll tell you exactly what a bomb cyclone is.
No one
when the
cares.
cyclone, when the low pressure system gets offshore, it's called bombs out. The pressure drops so rapidly that it looks like a bomb exploding on that. So that's called bombogenesis. So when it bombs out, that's called bombogenesis. It's a real term. But what the news has been doing is they keep going, bomb cyclone, because, it sounds scary. It makes everyone buy the bread, the milk, the toilet paper, the whole thing. Same concept. Let's get these supermarkets some business. So,
You weather people are so
it's great.
weird.
Weather's amazing. What are you talking about?
You're a weird bunch.
So it's awesome. How did we get to bomb cyclone? How did we get to that?
We started at the polar vortex.
Yes, the polar vortex.
Don't throw.
So the polar vortex, a couple years ago, everyone got excited because it was the first time that they heard, oh my God, polar vortex, what's going to happen? Is it going to be like a tornado? It's like, no, it's just cold. Basically, it just means it's going to be really cold. But you can throw the water in the air, it'll freeze instantly. But some people were doing it, throwing it into the wind and getting burned. Like, I mean, I would think you didn't even...
Wait. They were getting burned?
Yes, they were throwing hot water up into wind that was blowing back at them, and they were getting hit with it. Getting burned.
Like wind burn.
No, they were getting burned by boiling water. There were people going to the hospital over this.
Time out. You know what I call that?
Stupidity?
No, I call that
evolution.
Darwin taking over.
Darwin.
If you're throwing boiling water in the air into the wind.
How about that Ted Nugent meme that you put on Facebook yesterday? Sounds like a good time to tell everyone to follow us on Facebook.
Make sure you guys hit that follow button. Even if you think you're following already, I got to fix my beanie here because my hair's a little wild today.
Vanna.
Here we go. Head on over to LaMajorityUS.com. Sign up for the newsletter. Check out the shop. Help support the movement. Guys, get your CPAC tickets.
Get them.
You're not going to want to miss this. We just locked up 2 incredible interviews.
Get them.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. 3 incredible interviews.
Trey.
1 interview I can't tell you about because we're going to upload the other end of the interview.
Correct.
On Friday as the show. But make sure you guys head on over, sign up for the newsletter.
Nope.
Check out the shop as we go national, baby.
Look at that.
Look at that right there.
Okay.
If you're on Facebook, hit that follow button. If you're on YouTube, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Share the video out to your friends, please.
And remember to keep your seat backs and tray tables locked in their full upright and locked position. I get out before all you do. And I say that because he says the same thing over and over. He's getting good at it. It's like in the back of your head. It's like you got the play button ready to go, boom, and it's like, hey, time to plug everything. Boom. It's perfect. Oh boy.
Oh, by the way, did you happen to see?
Oh, Darwin was a satanic Illuminati Freemason. I'm sorry we brought him up. I guess we won't bring up.
Yo, that's a lot of words.
I guess we won't bring up
satanic Illuminati free. I think bingo.
I think so. Here we go. We think again once more about these cheerleaders, just because I think it's important that they're all standing up. But this is the biggest hypocrisy in the whole thing. And Blakeman brought the point up. He says here, quote, that we think the vaccine requirement is unfair because a lot of these kids have been competing all along without such a mandate. Now they get to the pinnacle of all their hard work where they have a chance to compete at the state level on a state championship. And that's being denied when it's an arbitrary rule that is basically not being applied across the board. So they want, again, equality, equal treatment. They want the opportunity. They actually want real equity. And there he is, Bruce Blakeman, leading the charge. He just continues to make us proud, and I'm excited to see him doing things like this, getting in Kathy Hochul's face, challenging her, and fighting the good fight.
Yeah. Oh, and Angela in the chat, thank you for sending me that article from the Islip Messenger about our little Denison event.
Oh, yes. What is this?
That was very good.
Yes.
I left it at home this morning because, I'm sleepy.
So Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump, there was that whole rumor. Remember when there was that whole rumor that they're fighting? They're fighting between each other. DeSantis insists the narrative of Trump rivalry is total bunk and that they're friends. Donald Trump called it totally fake news last week. He said that's totally fake news. So let's read an article. Let's get into... this is actually... It might have been... Was it? No, I thought it was written by him for a second. Kelly Laco of Fox News, Tallahassee, Florida. I will be there tomorrow. According to Republican Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida, Republicans, including himself, have the support of former President Donald Trump, and any notion to the contrary can be attributed to media spin. DeSantis sat down in an exclusive interview with Fox News Digital on Monday in Tallahassee, Florida, during which he stated that he's on good terms with Trump. Let me just tell you something, Ron. You hang around in Tallahassee. We'll be down there this weekend. Maybe we could sit down. We could have a cup of coffee, okay? We could talk about it. You can come to New York. You could give Kathy Hochul a couple of tips on how to actually run a state when you think about it.
Did you see what he did?
Who, DeSantis?
Yeah.
What did he do this time?
He made a T-shirt that I believe it said the Free Florida Tour.
Oh,
and instead of putting like concert dates on the back of the shirt, he just put the dates and names of all the Northern Democratic politicians that have come down to his state. So it says like Gretchen, and apparently he sold more out of state than he did in state. So there's it says like I don't know what the dates were, but like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, New York, and the date she came down. Where the escaped Florida, where the hell is it?
I'll look for it.
It was.
Let me see if I can find it.
The lockdown. Go to official Ron DeSantis.
The lockdown line, the lockdown libs tour.
Yep.
This wasn't him though. This is just someone who made a shirt for him.
Yeah, if you go to
but there it is. That's pretty funny. So it actually gives you like it says the lockdown libs tour. It's one of these shirts. Gretchen Whitmer, Jim Kenney, Philadelphia mayor. Gretchen Whitmer, obviously Michigan governor. Phil Murphy, New Jersey governor. Don Lemon, CNN anchor. AOC, U.S. Congress, New York. Ned Lamont, he's a brutal governor, Connecticut. NBC's New Year's special was in Miami. Eric Swalwell, Miami.
Yo, just out of curiosity, like, how do you name Ned?
Ned Lamont.
Ned?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah, it's not a great name.
He became a governor because he got the crap beat out of him.
Not a great name.
Ned.
So DeSantis and Trump, quote, Donald Trump's a friend of mine. He's proud when people do well, and it's not just me, but obviously he's a Florida resident, and he appreciates the job that we've done. He's told me that many times, not only with helping with the election, but just how we govern the state. You know, you're doing a fantastic job. I could see it. Ron, you're doing a wonderful job. He wants to see Republicans doing well, DeSantis continued. And I think when media is trying to act like he's upset at me for doing well, I think that's total bunk. I think they're just making it up. And I think he's somebody that wants to see, you know, not just Republicans do well, but people that are actually going to stand and fight and do well across the board. Obviously, Florida is an important state. The third largest state in the country, and really us in Texas are the two biggest states that have sizable Republican footprints, and so we're proud of that, and we're going to keep it going. That's Ron DeSantis. DeSantis wouldn't say whether he would potentially take on Trump in 2024, and said anonymous sources close to Trump who said he has a dull personality could be attributed to the Democrats and the media who are trying to stoke division within the Republican Party in order to reelect President Biden. Now, I mean, DeSantis love him to death. He isn't the most energetic and fascinating guy in the world. I wouldn't call him dull, so I would think a lot of that's mostly what I would call malarkey.
Malarkey is Joe Biden because apparently he likes insulting people in 1952. Malarkey.
1952.
Might as well tell him to make like a tree and get out of here.
Malarkey. That's malarkey. So, did you know that Trump and DeSantis also chimed in on the Joe Rogan saga? They both came out there. Trump said, Joe, just go about what you do so well and don't let them make you look weak and frightened. That's not you and it never will be. Obviously, you knew Trump was gonna chime in, but I didn't know that Ron DeSantis also chimed in. On Monday, podcast superstar and comedian Joe Rogan received some words of advice from both former President Donald Trump and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, both urging the Rogan Experience host to, quote, not apologize for statements he's made in the past, especially the N-word stuff where he was quoting a song.
When he was singing a song like that, you know, and look, he and I argue about this daily. I don't really care whether or not you like Joe Rogan,
right.
whether you watch his show,
right.
whether you go to him for political acumen or you just watch him because he's got interesting people on. The fact that the fact that some of these people, particularly CNN, go after Joe Rogan just shows how out of touch they are with the actual culture. Do you think there's a single person out there that was like, well, you know, I really did like Joe Rogan, but then Brian Stelter told me not to watch him, and, you know,
right.
I think I'm going to give it up. If anything, his ratings are going to go up. See, what Joe should do is his next 10 guests should be the single most controversial people
Absolutely.
in every field, be it politics, science, culture, sports. He should have Terrell Owens on, like
OJ.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
watch it.
Yeah,
Yes,
and I would watch it.
Joe, I know you're not watching. Have on OJ Simpson.
Come on, yeah,
come on,
yeah. Joe Rogan.
Come on.
I know you look like a toe. Especially in this picture that's in this article, he really doesn't look good.
Yeah,
but I mean,
he's filming from the bottom. I guess Jamie didn't produce that.
Yeah.
But look, Jamie is producer, not our Jamie.
Not our Jamie.
Not our Jamie.
Yes, different Jamie.
Not our. She's not watching because she decided to go to L.A.
She's in L.A., so it's like 2 in the morning over there.
It's like 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: is that if they're able, and you see what they do when they go after these people, as long as you don't cave, like a Chappelle,
right?
They just move on.
They eventually move on.
They move on because every 2 weeks it's somebody new. Remember 2
Right.
weeks ago when Dave Chappelle's comedy was going to end the earth?
Oh, right. That was it.
That was
the
it.
end all.
That was it. There was a walkout at Netflix. Nope. Turns out,
nothing happened.
Nothing
There was
happened.
a walkout at Netflix.
There was a walkout. There were 6 people who went on their lunch break, and somebody at Slate saw it, and it turns out all 6 people that went out happened to be incredibly ugly.
Oh, yeah,
so
of
they
course.
knew that they were leftists. If you just never don't look. If you do something wrong, apologize. But
course.
don't when you're forced to apologize. Never do it.
But this is why it makes me mad.
See, it's the same
Rogan.
thing as Whoopi Goldberg, right? When I was telling you yesterday, when they told Whoopi Goldberg's going to go on a 2-week suspension to reflect.
Yeah, right.
on
She's
her
going to
views.
reflect. Right.
She's like 70.
She's going to reflect.
You think she's going to what? She's going to go to the Simon Wiesenthal Center and learn about the Holocaust?
I don't think so.
She's going to No,
No.
You think she's gonna go to Auschwitz and look at the shoes and all the glasses? She's not doing that. She's out in Palm Springs relaxing without a mask on,
Getting paid.
You know. But when they can come after the cultural landmark people, whether you like them or not, whether you like Chappelle, whether you like a Rogan,
right?
If they can come after those guys, they are, because look, if Rogan is the top right here, there's a whole mess of people, us included,
right,
who fall underneath that category.
Right.
And if they're able to knock Rogan down a peg, he'd still be the top, but we'd all be down here.
Well, it's further compressed and oversaturating a smaller space.
Exactly.
Yep.
So this is why Joe Rogan is so important.
Right.
Not because, and look, I don't really care what you think of him. I'm a big fan. I like his comedy. You're not a fan of the show.
I'm not a fan of Joe Rogan.
And that's okay. But
right.
it's what he stands for.
But that doesn't matter, right, if I'm a fan of him or not.
I don't like Derek. I'm not a fan of Derek Jeter.
Right.
But I have to appreciate the relevancy he brought to the game of baseball.
Well, it's like I say, I'm not a fan of Tom. Well, I mean, from a football standpoint, I'm a fan of Tom Brady, but I was always disliking Tom Brady because he was always beating my team. But that being said, beating the Jets isn't hard. It doesn't take Tom Brady to do it.
Luckily, I'm a Giant fan, and we have his number.
Right, you do. Yeah, twice.
But yeah, so twice.
Yeah, it's twice. Oh, boy.
But this is why the Joe Rogan saga is so important, because if they're able to scare Joe Rogan into not having on his most controversial guests, and some of those,
and they win.
Then they win.
And they win
because they know they're not going to get rid of him. That's not going to happen. There's no way Spotify's dumping that. Joe Rogan's average viewer is 24 years old. People, who could possibly
I know
be
who
calling
it is.
me
I can
right
tell you
now?
who it definitely is. But I'll tell you why.
If there's a potato in the chat, you know I'm busy right now.
What's really scary with Rogan is, he definitely has the leverage. Spotify cannot afford to lose Joe Rogan, and he has to know that. So either A, he's doing this because he's a nice guy and his job has always been basically to please everyone, which is what he tries to do with his show. He has people from all walks of life on his show. And again, I don't...
See, I think it's the opposite of that.
I think
he's there to please himself.
No, I think
he's just curious and has on whoever.
I think he's there to please everybody, and that's why he apologizes so much. The guy can't go a week without saying I'm sorry for something, and it's a problem.
This is the first time he's apologized.
This is an issue with Rogan, though. If you're going to apologize, the problem with apologizing is, when do you stop, and why would you apologize for doing your job? Right? Your job is to have, apparently everyone tells me, you're this defender of free speech, you're this promoter of free speech, you're going to have everybody on the show, then all of a sudden they take down 71 episodes, you're saying, I'm sorry. So what are you apologizing for? If you're an airline pilot and you land the plane on the runway, do you tell the whole plane you're sorry? Sorry, guys, I landed the plane. If you're a cashier in one of these supermarkets that you see, and you give everyone everything else, the customer leaves the counter and they go out the door, you tell them, all right, guys, sorry. You don't apologize for doing your job.
Well, look, and
Rogan's just doing his job.
I agree that he shouldn't have apologized, but I think, and we were talking about this yesterday, I think a lot of people in the culture, a lot of viewers of Rogan, see him as something differently than he sees himself. I genuinely think he sees himself as just someone who's curious and has on people that wants to have interesting conversations. I think a lot of people like us will see him as the culture. I don't think he wants this. I think he just stepped in it, which is why the show is so good, because he's not trying to be the most influential. But you'd think when he was making people eat bull testicles on Fear Factor,
well, of course
that,
not.
He was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be the most powerful person in media.
Well, and it just so wound up happening. But you sign a $100 million deal with Spotify, you absolutely know that you're a pretty powerful person.
Well, you know what? If Spotify wants to come over and offer us $100 million. Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. So Spotify offered him the $100 million, and if I was him, I would now push the envelope. You offered me $100 million. I'm coming here. I'm working for Spotify. I'm going to have this exclusive deal. You start taking down my episodes and start managing my content, that's not allowed. And guess what? Rumble's got this offer on the table. It's $100 million over 4 years. I don't know the specifics, if it's cash, if it's stocks, if it's whatever.
Apparently, they have the money.
I wouldn't be shocked because of the whole Kenner Fitzgerald thing.
Yes.
Right? But it's over 4 years. It's not all up front.
No.
But I'll tell you right now, if that offer just sits, if Rumble just lets that sit and says, Joe, if they piss you off, open invite, if he goes to Rumble, and just to talk about this from a landscape, right? Again, I am not a fan of Joe Rogan. And it's not, it's nothing. If you're a fan of him, you're a fan of him. It is what it is. I'm just not a fan of him. Some people like some movies. Some people don't like some movies. It is what it is, right? If you're not a fan of Joe Rogan, you're still talking about him. Here I am, right? Because of what this means for free speech. But number two is, you have to look and watch, because if, like Evan said, if they knock him down, they ain't going to be afraid to do it to anybody else. They're going straight for the top.
It knocks everyone else to look. If they can take out, think about the comedian. Not even a Chappelle, a comedian that is just a savage, that crosses the line over and over and over and over again.
Right. Nick DiPaolo.
Love him.
And he criticized Rogan for the apology too, as most comedians did. Because if you're a comedian, you should not apologize for being funny or entertaining.
Think of a Joan Rivers, right, back in the 80s, or Carlin or Pryor. If they were able to take people like that down,
oh my God,
and they're the top,
forget it.
They're the top bracket. Then they're able to then that pushes everyone else down.
Right.
Because no one
will reach that level again.
No one can get there because those at the top already have. Imagine if no one in Major League Baseball threw 100 miles an hour.
Right.
It took someone to be able to throw 100 to make that person who threw 95 go, I want to throw 100.
Exactly, to make the America better.
When you see a Rogan who has 11, 12, 13 million daily viewers, that is the pinnacle. That's the goal.
Right.
I would love them. 13 million viewers. I would love to have that.
Incredible.
So now I've got an aspiration. Now I've got to go. Roseanne Barr. Boom. Perfect. A person who was a savage throughout the 90s.
Correct.
Think about television, right? All those shows in the 90s. I put up that meme the other day about the Jeffersons and Archie Bunker.
All the family. Great
they
show.
were able to cross the line, which gave freedom to everyone else to know where that line was. But when you bring the line down by knocking down a Rogan, by knocking down a Chappelle, that doesn't give any of the B and C level people the freedom to be creative enough to do exactly what they want to do.
And honestly, this is fascinating too, because again, if Rogan decides that he's done with Spotify, let's say he made his apology, right? And let's say Spotify now comes at him again, because they're going to, because the left can't stop. When he decides that enough is enough, because the left can't stop, right? He may not be this. He's not a conservative, and I'm not saying anything about but he's not a conservative. But when you just watch this continue to happen, first it was Malone and McCullough, now it's the N-word. What's it going to be next? Did he say anything derogatory?
Transphobe.
Did he say anything derogatory about the trans community?
Yes.
Did he say anything derogatory about homosexuals?
Because Joe Rogan's expertise, and he's talked about this numerous times.
Right.
Now they're hitting him for the Fallon Fox thing. You know who Fallon Fox is?
No.
Fallon Fox, you ready for this one? Fallon Fox is a UFC fighter. Fallon Fox spent 32 years as a guy, then became a woman, then started fighting in the UFC. And we're supposed to just sit back. And look, that's Rogan's world.
Right.
Like, he made the Olympic trials in Taekwondo.
Right,
He's
right.
He's an
He's an MMA guy.
You may not like his comedy. You may not like his show.
He's an MMA guy.
Fighting expert.
Yes, and that's why he does the commentary on UFC. And I find it annoying, but he does it.
Literally.
He knows about it.
That's his
He's
world.
smart. That's his thing.
Because right now we're watching a man beat the crap out of a woman. And the left is going, oh, it's so brave.
Oh, it's great. What a brave thing.
It's
Courageous.
So
Courageous.
No, it's a dude beating up a woman. And then people wanted, and then when a woman actually beat him,
right,
Fallon Fox,
right,
it had to be maybe the biggest savage female MMA fighter in history, Ashley Evans Smith, who could kill pretty much anyone on planet Earth. So the best woman on planet Earth beat a middling dude. And it was like, look, see, it's fair. No. I'm not saying I could fight a female UFC fighter.
No.
But when you're apples to apples,
it is not apples to apples.
It is not apples to apples.
Not biologically.
When you take the best male fighter and the best female, and look, I'm sorry. If I'm offending people in the chat, I'm just living in reality.
I mean,
if anyone wants to, I'll give you one thing. Here we go. The Guinness Book of World Records for fastest female overhand pitch. What do you think it is?
75 miles an hour.
69.3 miles an hour.
Okay.
Oh
my God.
I am not a pitcher.
Right.
I throw harder than that.
Can throw harder than that, yes.
And let's be honest, it's been a little while since I've been on the mound.
Yeah. But 69 miles an hour
69
is a knuckleball.
It's just we just have to live in reality here.
Right.
So now they're calling Rogan a transphobe because he's going after the Fallon Fox situation, which I don't know. Has feminism gone so far that now men can just beat the crap out of women, sanctioned and be paid for it?
Yes.
And be seen as a hero?
Yes.
I mean, look, Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner, whatever the hell you want to say, did it later in life. didn't compete in the Olympics.
Well, didn't take that right.
Yeah,
right.
didn't take the like we see it. Like we see
Bruce was when Bruce won the Olympics and had all of his success in the Olympics. He was a man competing as a man, achieving these things as a man. Fine, perfectly fine. He went off the rocker later and did what he wanted to do.
Well, that's because he lived with the Kardashians.
Well, of course, I would have gone crazy too.
And they actually just destroy men.
Yeah, but I'd identify as a I don't know, a groundhog if I had to, I see my shadow.
Lamar Odom, God, they
But could you imagine if Spotify does this again to Rogan and comes at him again? Because what happens is they come at him, he gets tired of it. Hey, no more Mr. Nice Guy. I made my apology. Why do you want to keep coming for me? Imagine now he turns to Rumble, because you know who would crap Twinkies if he turns to Rumble would be Google and YouTube.
Yep.
Because at that point, if Joe Rogan
Bruce Jenner
moves to Rumble, you'll see what happened and how Spotify blew up after he went exclusive over there. Rumble will get so much more money than his $100 million in ad revenue and all these things. It will explode, and YouTube will be threatened. And so that's why I'm rooting for it.
Absolutely.
Not because I want to see Joe Rogan on Rumble, not because I'm going to watch Joe Rogan on Rumble, but because it's going to diversify this market. It's going to open up free speech, and it's going to legitimize Rumble to an extent where other creators are going to join that platform. And when you put more creators on that platform, the platform gets better.
And here's
more ad space to sell, and the platform gets better.
Here's when it's going to come down to it, okay? So you got musicians I've never heard of. Neil Young could punch me in the face and I wouldn't know who that is. Crosby, Stills, and Nash, whatever. There was that other one, that chick, the Jody, whatever.
It was the Gaines country singer.
No
guy.
one knows who the hell these people are. When it's a Taylor Swift,
right?
When it's a Drake,
right?
When it's a not Nicki Minaj, because you know she's secretly based, but.
Yeah, she is. I forgot about that.
That's because she's a chick from Queens. She's a hustler.
She is.
But when it comes down to a Taylor Swift, a Drake,
Ariana Grande,
Chainsmokers,
Rihanna,
one of the Rihanna.
Yeah.
When they pull their music catalog, then we'll see what Spotify's made out of. Because quite frankly, I don't know if anybody in the chat
They're
listens.
not threatened by
Joni Mitchell.
There you go.
Literally. She could hit me and I wouldn't know her songs. I'll be honest with you. When Neil Young pulled it, I was like, oh no. I can't listen to Sweet Caroline on Spotify anymore.
We're like, yo, that's Neil Diamond.
And that's Neil Diamond.
Yeah. So we don't even know the right Neil. Like Neil Young, was that the guy who walked on the moon?
Yeah.
No, that was Neil Armstrong.
Oh, wait, was that the quarterback for the 49ers? No, that was Steve Young.
No, that was Steve Young.
No one cares. No one who listens to Neil Young has Spotify on their phone unless their grandkids put it on for them.
Right.
So you know what? Him pulling that off doesn't mean
nothing. And he's just the other
other
Neil. He's actually the other Neil. You got Neil Armstrong, he's the Neil. Then you got Neil Diamond, he's G. Caroline. Ba, ba, ba. And then you got Neil Young.
Somebody goes, your age is showing.
Oh, your age.
Look, I am well versed.
Neil Young is legitimate. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Look, I'm sure.
Not anymore.
Look, I mean, I'm sure there would be kids in the chat who would look at me and go, really? Linkin Park?
Yeah.
Are you listening to oldies?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
182. Yeah. You listen to Newfound Glory?
Yeah,
What do you like? What do you like, 80?
Wow, Metallica. That's like some classic metal.
Yeah.
Oh!
I swear to you, I heard Blink-182 on BAB like 2 years ago.
Yo, the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Red Hot Chili Peppers. I was like, yo, I'm dead. I'm a fossil.
It's crazy. When the Red Hot Chili Peppers are being played on the classic rock station, you know what's really funny? We got to put a hold on the clock.
About the whole Neil Young thing?
Time out.
What's really funny about the whole Neil Young thing is that Neil Young.
Who's that?
Neil 3.
Okay.
Third Neil.
Neil Other Neil. Neil Cube.
What's interesting is that he made his bones in the anti-Vietnam movement.
Yes.
In the free speech movement. In the Berkeley movement.
Amazing.
You know, one of his biggest comings out was after the Kent State massacre.
Right.
He was like, "What are we doing here?" So now it's amazing to watch those who used to be against the establishment now just doing whatever like when Rage Against the Machine goes woke.
Right.
It's in the name.
Rage Against the Machine.
Now it's Rage for the Machine.
Now it's like, we love the machine. Machines are great.
Machines are great. Machines are fantastic.
Oh, man, we have the greatest machines. You know, ventilators, we made them. We had General Motors. They came in and they made ventilators, you know. Where are my ventilators?
Barry goes, Metallica is in elevators.
Oh, man. Let me just if I get into an elevator and I hear "For Whom the Bell Tolls," I'm getting out.
Yeah, especially if I'm going down.
Exactly. No. If there's any Metallica in the elevators, a hard pass. Well, maybe not. Wherever I May Roam would be sick. The Unforgiven would be sick in the elevator. But
And all their songs are 9 minutes long. So
yeah,
like,
it's a problem. It's
you're
a long elevator
Like
ride.
you're not going to get through the first chord.
You're going to get through the first riff. It's just going to be Mariano Rivera's already out on the mound. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it.
Up and off the up at their Sandman. But it's really insane. Like he said, so many people coming out. Like Green Day was always against the establishment. Rage Against the Machine was always against the
I
establishment.
mean, their whole album, American Idiot, was against the war in Iraq.
The
whole song.
All those punk bands that came out against the government. I get Republicans were at the helm at the time, but like the concept of being against the government. But now what they've done is they've latched on. They've latched on to that cash cow. They've latched on to one of the and you're allowed to say this on television. You can say teat. Which you can't say jugs and you can't say knockers, even though here I am. I just pull on the cows, knock.
Well, we're not on TV, so.
Right. But, it's George Carlin, 7 dirty words can't say on television, the greatest comedian ever. So we have, these folks who have once raged against and rallied against and stood against the machine, stood against the man, right? You got to fight the man. Now they've latched on, right? They've latched on to that big establishment entity, and they're just getting fed and fed and fed right off of that big old cash cow. That's where it all comes down to. There's money there, and they're bleeding it dry. There's nobody standing up for themselves. There's nobody standing up for free speech. Joe Rogan had the opportunity to do it. He didn't do it yet. But I do believe he's going to get forced into a corner and eventually say enough's
Look,
enough.
I think every culture warrior out there, and you can pick who you want. Podcaster, radio host, from Bongino to Shapiro to
Jesse Waters.
Jesse Waters, the people on Breaking Point,
Sure.
left, right, are all telling Joe, and look, it's not like he doesn't have the stones to do it.
No.
I just think right now he's like, I genuinely think he's probably sitting around going,
What do I do?
What do I do?
What do I do? I didn't expect to be in this position.
I don't think he's look, and he's had on everyone that you all love.
Yes.
Everybody that you all love.
I can't fault
And he's
him.
had on everyone that you hate.
He has a diverse group of people on. He definitely
Look,
does.
I mean, I'm a politics guy, but my favorite Rogan episodes are not political. My favorite ones are listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about the universe.
That's another Neil.
Neil Young is now 4.
So now we have Neil Armstrong, Neil Diamond, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and Neil Young. He's Neil number 4
Neil
now.
number 4.
Neil number 4.
These are the interesting. Listening to Eric Weinstein talk about string theory, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
Or, to have Brett Weinstein and Heather Hine talking about evolutionary biology
String
and how
theory.
monkeys went into humans, just fascinating crap. He did one episode with his buddy Duncan while they were on DMT.
Donuts?
No, Duncan Trudeau. And Joey Diaz, come on.
Because if you said
Joey,
Duncan,
Joey Diaz, the funniest man in comedy right now. I don't care. Joey Diaz. I have 5 interviews I want in this world. Joey Diaz is one of them.
Diaz is
we're
one
gonna
of
have to frame the camera a little further back.
I don't know.
Joey Diaz is the only person on planet Earth with a head bigger than Russell.
I want to be I want to be joined one day on a call with Uncle Vinny. One day. That would be very nice. Yeah.
If there's anybody from Franklin Square that knows Anthony Rodia, we'd love to
are
have him
big
on the show.
fans of Anthony
Big
Rodia.
fans, and we know that he's secretly based.
He's secretly based AF. That stands for America
I
First.
want to meet Zia Lucia.
I want to meet Zia Lucia. I want to meet Uncle Vinny. I want to meet Anthony.
That's a very stoop.
Well, it's not stoop.
If anybody out there knows Anthony Rodia,
He's so funny.
get him in contact with us.
And the
'cause-
Long Island guy. We love him. Great.
Yeah.
So,
Neil deGrasse Tyson is another satanic Illuminati Freemason.
Okay, well, there's a lot of Neils that are then satanic Illuminati Freemasons.
Okay, I don't know. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. Satanic Illuminati Freemason. I got to be honest with you. I have no idea what that means. There's so many things in there. That's like, I don't know what that means. So...
I'm not laughing at you, Sue.
I'm not laughing.
At
I need to know. There's
that-
so many different things there. That's like saying he's a transmission coffee pot fire extinguisher. Are we just putting words in a Are we just putting dictionaries in a washing machine right now?
Oh, man. That's right. Satanic, Illuminati, Freemason. There's a lot to break down there. There's a lot to unpack.
So what does he actually do? I don't know what Freemasons do. I know what Masons do. They lay bricks.
I don't know.
The Illuminati. Somebody said we were a part of the Illuminati.
Yeah, we were really for a minute.
So anytime somebody
we
says
criticized
Illuminati, because I criticize Lynn Wood, I'm in the Illuminati. That's right. I'm going to Zurich and I'm wearing a moose head under a mountain. That's what I'm doing. While my 2008 Nissan Altima is on the side of Sunrise Highway.
Sue says private messenger. So Kevin, you're going to have to talk to Sue later.
Yes,
Susan.
I will be at work. After this,
he will get the
I
explanation.
will message you.
Okay, very good.
Because I'm very curious what that means. However, someone said we were in the Illuminati.
Yes, and I don't know what that means. I didn't
know
know that.
I didn't know.
No idea.
I guess that my Illuminati
automobile
application must have gotten lost in the mail.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember.
I say one bad thing about Lynn Wood, and now I'm a member of the deep state. I
Yeah.
work at a supermarket.
The deep state, the steady state. The silly state, the stupid state. Linwood, you're a member of the deep state. Then there's the people who chirp on the sidelines. You're never going to get anything accomplished. And they stay home or they're doing it from North Carolina.
Angela goes, Kevin, see me after class.
There you go, Angela.
It's not the first time I've heard that sentence.
Oh, it looks like we have an important direct message in the chat from a lovely individual here that we're going to have to check later as well. A good friend of ours. Yeah, so we'll check that as well. And we'll be...
I think we can...
We'll be
would that be the first mom?
No, what do you mean? The first mom what?
Of New York.
Oh yeah, that would be the first mom. Yes, that would be the first mother. Yes, if that was to happen. Yes, absolutely.
The first mother's in the chat.
First mother, the future first mother's in the chat.
And the fourth Neil is off Spotify.
And the fourth Neil is off Spotify because there are 3 Neils that come first: Neil Armstrong, Neil Diamond, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and then Neil Young. If there's any other Neils,
my uncle went to high school with him.
Neil, which one? Which Neil? There was 4 Neils. I just
Neil
mentioned.
deGrasse Tyson.
NDGT. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah, because there's a capital N and then a capital G.
Yeah.
And Neil deGrasse DGT. NDGT. Yes.
Oh, here we go. Here's a little conspiracy. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Deep state.
Drake was on Degrassi.
Whoa. Talk about he goes through the cosmos through wormholes. Whoa! Wow, Peter, what do we have here? Crackhead on the loose. Last seen smoking crystal meth out of a Pepsi can. And what you're dealing with now is that they're just giving away crack. Hunter Biden's excited. Apparently, I heard this, and I think it was true. Joe Biden asked for his son's opinion on the crack pipe thing. I heard that. I'm not. It's not a bit. I'm saying this is what I heard.
Soy causes breast cancer.
All right, so stop the soy.
In men.
Hashtag stop the soy. Good. Let's do hashtag stop the soy. Send those signs up to the Canadian truckers to stop the soy. Justin Trudeau. Soy boy anthem.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Neil Patrick Harris. Oh, yes. Now we're going to have another Neil. We now have 5 Neils, all of which
are... Time out.
4 Neils are in front of Neil Young.
All 4 Neils are Illuminati, Freemason, Satanists.
Yes.
First off, we changed the order of those words.
Yeah.
So does that change
I
the
thought it
definition?
was Satanist, Satanic, Freemason, Illuminati. I don't know. There's a whole thing that's going on. Hey, listen, I got a great idea, Kevin. Why don't we do Vanna White one more time?
Head over to LoudMajorityUS.com. Sign up for that newsletter. Check out the shop. Help support the movement, guys. Get your CPAC tickets at cpac.org. You guys are going to want to be there. We're going to have an awesome time. It's going to be fantastic. Sign on up at loudmajority.locals.com. We're going to be interviewing some incredible people down at CPAC, some congressmen you may have heard of, some cultural icons you may have heard of. But our top interviews are going to be over on Locals. It's $5 a month, guys. Really help support the movement. Help us grow. If you support what we do and support what we're doing for you guys, please. It's $5 a month. You get some funny stuff. I post all the stuff on there that I can't post on Facebook.
Yes.
So, there was a funny Dr. Seuss meme about Hunter Biden and cocaine. So, we had a good time with that.
We did.
If you're on Facebook, hit that like button. Even if you think you're following, make sure you hit that follow button.
This green screen worked great today.
Because I know a lot of you aren't, even though we kind of look like floating arms and heads right now.
Yeah, we're floating arms and heads. Woo! We've materialized into the ether.
I don't know all right, guys. Head on over to loudmajority.locals.com. Sign up for the premium content. loudmajorityus.com. Sign up for the newsletter. Check out the shop. Smash that like button. Smash the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell on Facebook so you never miss out on anything that we're doing. Should we release someone that we've got at CPAC?
And please
I'm
make
gonna
sure that your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright and locked positions.
You want to meet George Papadopoulos?
Oh, is that confirmed?
That is confirmed.
Papa Dizzle is going to be interviewed at the America First Media booth in CPAC.
Call me Big Papa.
You know, we call me Big Papa D, baby. Papa D is the key.
That's
the key
one.
to Spygate. We're going to interview George Papadopoulos.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I'm so excited.
The king
for
of
those of you
Spygate,
who know,
where it
the
all
king of
started.
Spygate, where it all started. We're going to get so much information from George Papadizzle. I'm so excited. Papa D is the key. I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped
Guys,
for CPAC.
tomorrow, 7:30, 1020 Clintonville Avenue, Whitestone, Queens. Us, Stefano Forte, George Santos, Rob Cornicelli, Lee Zell. Are you going to get any more based in one
my
room?
goodness
Not
gracious.
to mention Vicky Palladino.
Oh, man.
Boom.
Deal breaker right there.
Head
That's
on over, guys.
That's the one who makes it the biggest deal, the best deal ever. Going to see Vicky. Vicky Palladino. You got to meet her. She's great.
We're going to be wrapping this up right about now.
I
so
sure- yes.
outro, please.
Outro's coming. So, in the face of government overreach, tyranny, and the overreaching, power-grabbing, horrible, evil governors like Kathy Cuomo and Address HOCHUL, we say these 4 words over and over and over again until the people in power either get it or get the hell out of the way. Chat, you got it. You guys are behind the wheel and cruising, and those 4 words are that if we do not consent, we will not comply. Thank you, folks. God bless you. God bless America. Stay loud, everybody. Stop complying and stay loud.